Hey, we're live. Hey, folks, thanks for joining the BAMF podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lafferty, and let me briefly stop screen sharing. And we're here to do a Red Sun trailer reaction, possibly followed by other trailer reactions. And with us today is a brain trust of geeky knowledge and insight, starting with Christopher McLaughlin. How you doing, Chris?
Just enjoying the day off.
All right, cool. Mr. Walt Rebellion, how you doing, Walt?
Sleepy and making weird faces in my coffee.
Cool. Jacob Blackman, how you doing, Jacob?
I am well.
That was ominous. Aiden Smith, across the pond, how you doing, sir?
Not too bad, thank you very much.
All right. So I have a meeting at my soul-sucking day job in about 25 minutes. So
let's do this.
I'm going to be moving pretty fast. First up is the DC or Warner Brothers animated adaptation of the Elseworlds Red Sun. And let's check it out. Can you guys hear this?
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's those technical difficulties we love so much.
Sorry, let's try this again. Wasn't that fun? I love
that. That was good.
Bit short.
Yeah. I mean, what's the story about?
What I saw of it was really good.
Fantastic trailer.
That must be one of those teasers I've heard about.
Get the best you've got.
Can you guys hear this?
Extraordinary reports coming out of the Soviet Union. Tales of a being with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men.
As I said, Mr. President, of course I understand your concern, but I assure you the Luthor Company has this under control.
I don't blame those among you that fear me, for you've been taught to fear all your lives.
This is a world where the strong rule. And you are the strongest of all of us.
It is only a matter of time, very little time, until all of Western Europe is absorbed, is taken by the Soviet Superman.
Look alive, Lanterns. We've got it coming.
I'm honored to have you here, Ambassador.
Call me Diana. And what shall I call you?
Superman. You think you're going to stop me, Batman?
What now?
Now I save the world.
All right, I got to say, Batman driving a Hind helicopter, pretty neat. I would have expected something more bat themed.
Furry Hat Batman is one of the best Batman ever. Everyone knows this.
Bolshevik Batman doesn't play around.
Yeah.
You know, gotta say, as a trailer, it kind of sucks. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm wondering. Okay. Presumably they want people beyond the relatively small number of people who bought the comic to want to watch this thing.
You would assume, yes.
And I'm trying to find the hook for it, because I mean, if it's a typical young person. I mean, the Cold War. I mean, is that, are the kids into the Cold War these days? Are the kids nostalgic for that sort of thing?
Yeah, you're right. Because if it was me, if I was designing that trailer, I would have opened up with like a little blurb about Elseworlds, DC characters in different positions, just to basically let you know this is what this entire concept is. You see the characters you're familiar with that are not in the usual positions, and it's okay, and then you can go, okay, what's this one about? Oh, Superman's from Russia, okay, and that would at least give people an idea rather than just going, oh, Red Sun, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, I don't know why somebody who doesn't already love the comic is supposed to be interested in this. I mean, and granted, I'm coming up from a perspective where, DC only seems to have two stories these days: unauthorized Watchmen ripoff and the one where Batman and Superman kill each other. And I don't know. It may be the animated Citizen Kane for all I know, but not a good trailer. Not a good trailer.
I have to agree with Chris. I'm pretty unimpressed with this, and I haven't read the comic, so I don't see much. I don't see much that would actually interest me in wanting to watch this.
Well, I tell you, okay, just to be fair, I absolutely love that they've got Jason Isaac from the incredibly funny, wickedly funny movie The Death of Stalin doing Commie Superman. But I'm thinking that's got, the subset of people who are jazzed by that is probably way smaller than the number of people who actually bought the comic book.
I was kind of thinking this might just be a filler make work project at Warner Brothers Animation Studios, because the animation quality seemed to be about that, maybe less than the average Justice League cartoon.
Yeah, the style doesn't really sell it at all. I mean, I don't know who it looks like the same DC animation we've always gotten. It doesn't sell the world. It doesn't sell the mood.
Okay. If you hated this one, I got one you're really going to hate.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so wait a second. So yeah, I agree, Chris. Yeah, it does undersell it, but I think the animation style thing is definitely something we've become familiar with. That there's definitely that DC house style, very very cool. But like I say, it's now been how many years we had since the animated series? 96, 97, something like that. For that's going like 30 years or so of that style. So maybe. But then again, they did something different with Dark Knight Returns, and I didn't quite like that art style. I think it's when they stray off of that, it's a bit dodgy. But Jacob, you really got to read the comic books because it is bloody brilliant. Buy the trade; it's well worth it. I love it so much. I have my own Red Sun Superman T-shirt, so I can walk around as Russian Superman every day of the week if I want to. Just for the sake of it.
Sure.
It's just such a good book, and the best thing is it tries to tell that story, and I don't know what the animated thing's going to do, if it's going to do the same as the book.
Often they make changes.
Yes, exactly. And there's some really good self-contained, twisty, turny stuff that you don't see coming on the first part of it, and it's really, really good. I'm hoping that stuff's going to show up, or they're going to ignore that because it could be too difficult for people to understand. I don't know, but it's a really good series. So I will buy it. But like I've said before in the podcast, the trouble with these ones is exactly the same problem we had with A Killing Joke, is that I know exactly how it's going to turn out. So by 20 minutes, half hour into it, I'm thinking, am I enjoying this, or am I just really just watching it because I know what's going to happen? So I don't know. But carry on.
Hey, look, it's Deadpool.
Hey, Deadpool. I like Deadpool.
Wow, he really sucks at his job.
El Presidente doesn't like his generals plotting against him. He finds revolution distasteful.
Let go ahead. Cut my throat. You'll never get out of here alive.
Of course I will.
What is this?
The head of President Molina. Note the look of surprise on his face. Very similar to how you look right now.
Espera. I don't understand. If Molina hired you to assassinate me, then...
I'm a mercenary, not an idiot. Your president was an oppressive fascist who ground his people into the dirt. Under his rule, San Miguel became a cesspool of poverty, hunger, and disease, while he just grew richer and fatter. Do better, General Suarez, or this will be you. And oh yes, there is the little matter of my fee.
Which I am delighted to pay.
All right, that was good.
When are people going to learn to just pay the costume people and stop thinking you can one-up them?
Right.
So Deadpool killed Kenny Loggins to impress Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who apparently has let himself go a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. If your superpower is having a gun, hard pass. I just really could not care less, and nothing in that made me want to care.
Fair enough. I might have something that amuses you. Hang on just a second.
Has Deathstroke ever been that moral? I never remember him ever
he's never been that moral.
Hey, you've got to side with me because I've actually got conscience. It's like no. Deathstroke would literally just kill everybody in the room and then bog off. That would be his job. We wouldn't bother about it. I don't. That's such a weird. That's definitely a different interpretation of Deathstroke than I would have thought. But
well, seeing Kenny Loggins die, I could really use some cheering up, Mike. So thank you for thinking.
Let me know if you can hear this. 1 second.
D. That's what we call the Legion of Doom.
Oh, is that what it stands for? I thought it was Legion of Dildos.
That is a sex shop down the street with whom we're currently in a protracted legal battle.
It's like a boys' club. It's like a goddamn frat.
It is I, Aquaman! Kite Man to the rescue. I'll protect us, babe. Maybe they took the weapons from the guests, but they didn't check. The hell! Crosswind. Oh, shit!
Did he just call you babe?
I'm loving Kite Man in that series.
Yeah, everything I hear about this series makes me think I should take advantage. Finally take advantage of my free subscription to that and actually watch something on it. Maybe that'll be it.
Harley Quinn has been a delight, especially if you approach it from the manner of which the creators intended. It is supposed to be the DC universe as Harley Quinn sees it.
All right, fair enough.
I don't regret not having a DC Universe subscription. There you go. not for me.
That's creepy. Did they actually dub that in, or is that the actual supposedly the dialogue?
I watched that episode. That's the dialogue.
It's just like, why do they do this? why are you doing this? I used to be a character I really used to like, and it's just now it's just like, budget.
She's like the Deadpool of.
Oh, good God!
Hey, Dom, you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, sorry, I didn't see you. You just told me you were here.
I do that sometimes, sir.
No worries.
Sneaking quietly.
You're stealthy for a big man. You're just in time for this Harley Quinn trailer. You ready?
Hey, go ahead.
All right.
Gordon, I understand. I only want you to be safe and happy.
Holy shit! Can we do that again?
No. So you came back. Well, I've got a new friend now, so there's nothing you can say. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry, too. I knew you'd realize a friendship means more than just our day-to-day crime fighting, and that we can lean on each other for our most intimate emotional needs. Sure. A damn good bat signal. Well, for a damn good cop. Oh. Thank you for everything, the arm. But I've got my real friend back now, so you can go on. Go get ribs or back into your daddy. Don't do that. Don't make us harder than it needs to be.
The emotional impact is just.
Oh, Jim. Never forget.
Well done! All right, Gwen. Time for me to take you to Arkham.
Wait, what? I just repaired your most important adult relationship.
Everybody hands up!
Hands in the air. Not so fast, gentlemen.
Yeah!
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Not the arm.
What a pussy!
And so it is with the humble hearts that I come to you, cowheads.
That's so disturbing on a level that is absolutely hysterical.
The best parts of that remind me, this is high praise. I don't dish out very often. It reminds me a lot of the Venture Brothers.
It is a lot like the Venture Brothers, specifically aimed at DC.
Well, there's something. Yeah, there you go. That's progress. That's something DC could have used 10 years ago. Yeah, but finally, yes.
Yeah, but all the innovation goes on at Marvel, so I mean,
that's true. That is true.
Does it massive crossover and reboots? Massive crossover and reboots?
Yes, exactly. No, I meant like television and stuff like that.
Does it?
Dom, what do you think?
Of the Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Interesting. I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there, and I've had several people talk about it, but I actually still haven't seen the show.
What do you think of the Deathstroke stuff that CWC is looking at?
That's the Deathstroke stuff. I can see where they've gone. It looks like they've blended elements of the actual from the original comic, as well as stuff from what's going on like Green Arrow and Teen Titans, and mixed it all together.
We just saw the trailer a second ago. We were kind of surprised that he was so moral.
Yeah, that's one big change they've made.
Like, when did he get a conscience? Wasn't he just supposed to be all about the ducats?
It is. There were certain things he just wouldn't do, but on here he's like, oh, what about the women? What about the children? No, that's not quite Deathstroke.
I think they're making him to unplay Deadpool. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
With the Harley Quinn thing, I am surprised they still kept Dr. Psycho, because I thought Dr. Psycho would be so like PC for calling him Dr. Psycho. Just seems to be like, that's not a good name for a character.
Dr. Psycho's limitations come up quite often.
Yeah.
Check him out. Here's a video with him in it.
Now everyone hold hands and squeeze your butt cheeks together. Harley, welcome to your subconscious.
Step right, guess your Wi-Fi
Wonder
password.
Woman, usually Dr. Psycho.
Oh, are you shitting me? So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're not over your ex-boyfriend.
Just look for the emergency exit, all right?
Dear Lord. That's disturbing. What now? When did this start? Like, because it seems like quite a few episodes.
November of last year is when Harley Quinn's debuted, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. So what have people been saying about it?
I've heard nothing but good stuff.
Yeah, because it looks funny as hell.
I have been thoroughly enjoying it.
I think they're kind of doing the Robot Chicken thing with a little more finesse. Everyone doesn't die at the end of every sketch like they do on Robot Chicken.
It kind of make it hard for return appearances of the same characters.
They do that on Robot Chicken, though. I mean, there's lots of death and dismemberment, and then the next sketch, you see him again, and hey, everything's fine. So, yeah.
In true comic book form.
That is one thing about the Harley show you do need to be prepared for. It is ultra violent when they bring out the violence. There's blood and bones gaping out of wounds, and people get acid thrown in their face and it gets melted off. It's pretty horrific when they do the violence.
I got one last clip. You guys ready?
Hit it.
She was pretty bleak. Before I left, she was like, I have to use the bathroom. There, I did it. Did you send me to her because you think I can't do this?
No, Harley, I sent you there because I know that you can. Look, I just wanted you to know what you're up against, because I love you. Don't make a thing of it.
Anybody feel this shit but me? A man can't show emotion.
A man?
Fuck you, Ivan.
Look, I appreciate your warning, but what Queen of Fables made me realize is if I want a crew, I shouldn't be looking for scumbags who believe in me. I should be looking for scumbags no one else believes in.
Right. Okay. So that was the takeaway from the chain smoking book and the trick turning cookie?
Yeah, and I know just where to start.
Oh, God.
Welcome back. We have here Dr. Psycho. He says he's here to apologize for using the C word.
Woman hater!
Hate women, I cherish them. No one on God's green earth respects women like this one.
No, I know. Giganta.
Dear
Girl,
Lord.
how you feeling about all this?
She is devastated that the world is attacking a man she knows is so kind, is so loving.
Let's hear it in her own words.
Those
Okay,
are
why do I know
her
that presenter's
words.
voice?
I'm
I know that voice.
telepath, right? She thinks it, I say
It sounds
Isn't
like
that
somebody
right,
from
Howard?
Captain Caveman. But I don't know. It seems like a long time ago to me, that.
She was talking to me! An individual person who exists outside of you!
Who's the dude on the couch on the left?
That is their son.
Don't do this.
That is Psycho and Giganta's son.
A person who is leaving you! Why you get back here, you miserable!
That's actually pretty good.
Holy shit. He just became
So it's
one
like
of the
Poison
least
Ivy, like the
employable
voice of
person on
reason
earth.
in this motley crew.
Yes, yes, she is.
So, I thought, hey, maybe you should join me in my crew.
Join you? I'm in the big leagues, Mama. The LOD, the Legion of Doom. Hard pass.
We cannot condone Dr. Psycho's use of the C word, as it does not represent our brand of evil. We hereby banish him.
Brand of evil.
Legion of Doom Europe and the Junior Doomers of America.
Did I say hard pass? I meant soft.
I still want to know why Lex Luthor sounds like Barack
Because I
Obama.
think searching for a female will help rehabilitate my ruined image. Blah, 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 blah. It's for other reasons. I don't hate women!
Kinda seems like you do.
Ooh, the salty language that comes out of your mouth. Well, I'm just glad my mama Jean ain't allowed to hear it.
Even hot Southern bartender character thinks you're a piece of shit. But even you, and I think you have a part to play.
So does anybody else want to be in the Junior Doomers of America?
Kind of, especially in this universe.
Not again.
You're damn right I do. You, me, and Psycho. This is gonna be the start of something huge.
So what's our first evil scheme? Is it a nuke in a volcano?
Evil scheme. Ooh, a honeypot heist where I seduced Gotham's mayor with my saucy Sheila character.
How do you feel about petty, personal vendettas?
That was interesting. So yeah, I can see what they're trying to do here, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's funny as hell.
When you get a chance, Walt, let me know. Let me know when you've watched a couple episodes. We'll talk.
Oh, I'm gonna hunt this down. Yeah, this looks fun. This looks like something I could definitely sit on the couch and dodge my pets for.
All right, so just to sum up, go ahead.
If someone were to run a villain game, this is the game I would want to play.
I think I always aspire to have my characters be that funny in a superhero RPG anyway. I often fail, but
Oh, I don't know. Fortune cookies.
That's 3 years ago when I played with you and Aiden and Jacob.
It was so good.
A kung fu robot who spouted fortune cookie fortunes as his only dialogue. Yeah, that was fun, but that's it's been a while.
It's still memorable.
Yeah. So just
new
to sum up,
medication might help. A little new medication might help with that.
I don't have great insurance, man. All right, so I self-medicate. Sum up, we were unimpressed by Red Sun. We thought the Deathstroke was basically
The death pool.
Deathpool.
Deadpool stroke on the sun.
Motherfucker. We thought it was interesting, but
sir, my ex-wife is gone. But
it was out of character and sort of maybe Deadpool-esque. Anybody else with me on that?
It is. Well, they've done, like I said, they changed a lot of stuff. It looks like, especially like his origin, and I guess they've kind of rewritten it to bring it up to what, like I said, to match up with the way things are going on in the various DC shows.
All right.
This is what it looks like. Because they've done the same thing when they did when they had the Freedom Fighter show and the Vixen show on there.
Oh,
so it all kind of blended in.
I didn't know there was a Freedom Fighter show. Was that any good?
Yes, there was a Freedom Fighter show on the CWC where the Ray. When they had, what was it, Ray?
It was just called the Ray.
Yeah, it was basically with Freedom Fighters that were they're on Earth X with the Axis won World War II. But what they've done on here is they took, like I said, bits and pieces of Deathstroke's original origin and mixed with what they have going on the show now. One of the big changes they made was, I don't want to really spoil it for anybody, so if you're going to be listening to this, big spoiler warning. They've made his son Jericho and his daughter Rose Wilson in charge of Hive. They also changed on the show. He's already only has one eye, but in the comic where his actual origin, one ended up getting one eye was where his wife Adelaide actually shot him in the face. Is why he only has one eye, because his son Joe ended up getting his throat cut by a terrorist, and she was pissed off at him. But in the show, he starts off with one eye. They've changed around some of the villains on there, like Jackal. They've got Bronze Tiger. They've changed that around, and a few other things. And like I said, now all of a sudden, Deathstrokes are worried about women and children. I don't kill innocents and all, which is a crock. He pretty much killed whoever he wanted to. And like I said, he just had certain things that once he took a contract, that was his thing. He always fulfilled his contract. And the way he got involved, he introduced was his son. His oldest son had taken a contract from the Hive to kill the Teen Titans. Ended up dying, and he took over the contract. In the show, the Hive, he's fighting a Hive. The Hive are terrorists, and he doesn't work for terrorists, which is a crock as well. And like I said, Deathstroke was working for whoever was paying him as long as he got a check.
Yeah, so they're going more for the anti-hero angle on that. So, and Harley Quinn, it seems like everyone here, and Chris, I'm surprised, you seem to enjoy Harley Quinn, even though this is official DC content.
Well, if you're going to do something other than rip off Alan Moore or go, hey, I got an idea, Batman and Superman fight. And, you're going to try to do something that's actually funny, and especially in a Venture Brothers kind of way. That's a step in the right direction. And more power to them from doing it with their most overexposed character at this point. So well done. We have to praise them when they do well.
Spoke like a true educator. Speaking of which, I have a training session to get to, so I need to bail. But thanks to all our viewers. Thanks to all our panelists. Dom, good to have you back. It's been a year or two, man. Always good to have you on.
Yeah, I'm getting beat in the head at work.
I see. I have to wonder if you're serious about that now because I know where you work.
It's always funny when you're typing up to Dom and sending off a note, and you're like, and you don't hear from him for a few minutes, and he comes back with, "Sorry about that. I was just in a foot chase."
Last night was I'll say an interesting evening, and I'll leave it at that.
So, Dom, should we get some episodes of the old HBO show Oz and watch them with you here so you can tell us how realistic it is sometime?
Let me put it to you this way: Oz is about as realistic as a fairy tale.
All right. I'm relieved then. All right. I really got to bail, guys. I will talk to y'all later, and thanks to our listeners and our viewers. We'll catch you next time on the BAMF podcast.
Cheers.
And now here's the awkward moment.